So single number cards display single fact, a single data point. You want the total stores, and this is the funnel charts. Yeah, the funnels help visualize a process that has stages and items flows sequentially from one stage to the next. One example is the sales process that starts with leads and ends with purchase fulfillment. Okay, so this is the funnel. At a glance, the shape of the funnel conveys the health of the process you're tracking. Each funnel stage represents a percentage of the total. Yeah, and you have the figures there. Yeah. So in most cases, a funnel chart is shaped like a funnel. You can see that is in the shape of a funnel. Yeah, with the first stage being the largest. Yeah, and each subsequent stage smaller than its predecessor, like as you have it on this chart. Please, if you have any questions as we go on, please stop me to ask. Yeah, I'll put it on the chat, and Chioma will just call my attention to it. Okay, then you have the key influencers charts. A key influencer chart displays the major contributors to a selected result or value. So key influencers are a great choice to help you understand the factors that influence a key metrics. Yeah, for example, you want to know what influences customers to place a second order, or why were sales so high, last month. You want to know what's influencing the sales. Yeah, what's making the sales high. You want to keep track of that so that, your staff will keep doing that. Yeah, is it what's influencing customers, yeah, to place the second order? Why are they buying this product? You need to know all that so that you would even order more of that product. Yeah, what products are being sold more? Okay, then you also have the KPI. That's the key performance indicator. This is a visual cue that communicates the amount of progress made towards a measurable goal. Okay, when to use a KPI? KPIs are a great choice to measure progress. So the key performance indicator, it answers the question, what am I ahead or behind on? Yeah. Also to measure distance to a goal, answers the question, how far ahead or behind am I? So tells you, it's an indicator. What's my performance like? How am I doing? How is the company doing? Is the company doing well? Are we ahead or are we behind? So that's what you use to tell the story. Then you have the line chart. The line charts emphasize the overall shape of an entire series of values, especially over time. So the line chart is used for trends. You can see the trend. It goes up here. So that's what you use the line chart for. Yeah. Let me just check if the recording. Okay. All right. Okay, I was just confirming that the recording started. Okay, so that's the line chart. Yeah, and here, choosing effective visuals. It's really up to you when you could see the different visuals here. Yeah, it depends on your data sets. You choose what fits the what visual you need, or what visual will tell a better story. So the right visual makes all the difference. Yeah, you have, like you saw, you have your pie chart here, you have the donuts. Yeah, you have the table too. You can use the table to tell a story. Yeah, you have the area charts. So you have the different charts here. You could tell a story. You could say sales by country. Yeah, use the line chart to tell that. Then sales by country here. So this, which tells a better story. So it's up to you to choose what chart you want. Okay. And we also look at the Q&A visuals. With the Q&A, Q&A visual allows users to ask natural language questions and get answers in the form of a visual. Just English language, just ask it. What's the total sales? And it gives you the total sales. Yeah. So you can use Q&A to ask questions to get your chart. And consumers can use it so quickly get answers to their data. So designers can also use it to create visuals quickly. If you're a report designer, this article is for you. You can double click anywhere on a report and use natural language to get started. So that could answer your questions. It also supports themes and other default formatting options available inside Power BI. After you create it, it behaves like any other visual, supporting cross-filtering, cross-highlighting, and bookmarks. So the Q&A is quite very easy to use. Just use the English language, and it comes up with the visual for you. Okay, then we have maps. Yeah, you use the basic map to associate both categorical and quantitative information with spatial locations. So the map will tell you, it can also tell a story with map. Okay, I think what we could do now, let's just jump, or we can come back to this later. I'll just start the lab. Start the lab so that we can. Okay, I'm going to use a data set, this data set. And let me just tell you about this data set. This data set it's an organization, call it a store that sells products. Yeah, and they have different channels. This is Excel. This is an Excel sheet. Yeah, the data set is in Excel, and you can see that it has different channels. It can sell. They sell their products through catalogs. They sell online. They sell through resellers, and they sell also from the store. So these are the different channels. They sell their products, and you have these are the promotion names, and you also have these are the manufacturers, and you have the brand names. These are the brand names, and you have the categories. They have Bluetooth headphones, camcorders, car video, and all that. So you also have the subcategories, which are cameras and camcorders. And these are the different stores. Store names. They have different stores in Abia, Baytown, Cambridge, Europe Store. Yeah, and these are the states. Yeah, the states, Abia, Abuja, Adamawa, Anambra, and the cities, the different cities and the zones. Yeah, so they have North Central, Northeast, and all that. Okay, so I'm going straight to Power BI to bring it into Power BI. And from your previous classes, you know how to bring in your data to Power BI. What do I do? Can somebody tell us? Yeah. This is a fourth class. So what do you do to bring it to Power BI? This is my Power BI desktop. I want to bring in my Excel file. Can somebody walk me through?
You take your cursor
Good evening,
to
everyone.
get data.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, get data. Yep.
Then when you get there and click on that,
Click
it
on
brings
what?
you
Click
get
on what?
data.
Yeah, data.
Then
Yeah.
okay. Then it depends on where you want to bring in the data from, be it Excel. So let's say you're going for Excel. So I'm still on track. Then you click on Excel workbook.
Yeah. Yeah, I already said it's and we checked already. It's an Excel file. I opened it up and we saw that it's an Excel file. Yeah, and this is the file. Okay. So we'll bring it into Power BI. Yeah. Okay. So when it comes into Power BI, what do you do? What do you do when it comes up?
When it comes up, you either load the data if you don't need to do any transformation, but if you don't have a clean data, you need to go to transform and do the necessary activities before you load.
Okay, it's always best to do transform first. You know, you transform your data to check if it's clean, because you need to have a clean data. Yeah, to analyze. If you don't have a clean data, the the report you're getting will be wrong. So you need to have a clean data. Yeah. So so always transform. Yeah. Always transform your data. You have a table. Always go for this. And there's the same file. So you do the transform data first, like I mentioned. Transform it to bring it into the Power Query. The Power Query is where you do all your cleaning. Yeah. We looked at ETL. That's you extract your data, you transform your data, and you load your data. So this is a Power Query. This is your data set in Power Query. So you look through and see if there's anything you need to edit. Okay. This data are already cleaned it. So, but this, if you look at this column, you see that everything is null here. Can you see that? Yeah. So you don't want that. You don't want this column because you don't need it. Everything is null. So what do I do? How do I remove this column since I don't need it? So that's yeah. I want to clean this. I want to remove this column. What do you do to remove this column? Can somebody tell us? Yes, and anybody can unmute and speak. Yeah? Can somebody help us out? How do you clean this column? You don't need this column. Forgot. Okay, we need to practice, hands-on. Yeah. You right click. Yeah. Once you right click on this column, you remove this column. You click on remove to remove this column. And it's gone. You can see on the applied steps that this is removed. Yeah. So that's how to remove a column. Yeah. And if you go through, yeah, Is there anything you want us to, yeah? Any other thing you want us to clean or edit? Okay, we are going to also do some work here while we're on this. Here we have the order ID, we have the order date, we have the unit cost, we have the price, and we have the order quantity. Okay, here, I want us to calculate the total sales. What do you do from this data set? How do you calculate the total sales? Can somebody help us out here? You want the total sales. You have the units cost, you have the price, you have the quantity. So how do you calculate the total cost? Yes, somebody help us out. We all do business, so yeah. So you know how much you bought something, yeah. And you know how many you bought, quantity. Is anybody helping us out?
I think you're going to multiply the unit cost by the price.
Remember I said, okay. Okay, what to get what? What are you to get what? Remember I said total sales. I want total sales.
To get the total sales.
Yeah, you're telling me how to get, sorry?
I want to say how to get the total sales.
Yes, okay.
That will be the units cost multiplied by order quantity.
No, that's the total cost now.
Okay.
You're giving me the total cost.
The total cost will be price and order quantity.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Okay, so what we do is you did DAX the last time. There are different ways to do your calculation. So I'm going to use add column, yeah, then custom column, because you want to add that. So, okay, total sales. We want to call it total sales. That's the name, that's what we want to calculate. Then the formula will be that total sales is the price. So you just click on price here because it gives you a pull down, multiplied by the order quantity. Okay. Okay. So it creates this column. Can you see that? So that's the total sales here. Yeah. So it's giving you the total sales. Now, how do we calculate the total cost? We want the total cost also from this data set. Can somebody help us out now? Total costs, what do you do?
Total cost is unit cost multiplied by the price.
Total cost.
Yes.
Oh. The price actually is like the selling price. Yeah. You can't say
Okay.
units cost. Yeah, that's the selling price.
It's a quantity.
That'll be unit
Quantity.
cost multiplied by the quantity, not price.
Okay,
Quantity.
yeah, okay, that's good. So we go back here again, add column, then custom column. This time we want to calculate total cost. Yeah, and total cost is unit costs. Here, click on it, then multiply by the order quantity. So that will give us the total costs. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's look at the profit. What will be the profit? How do we calculate the profit now? Somebody tell us. How do you get your profit?
Profit will be total sales minus total cost.
Okay, that's good. Yep. So we click on that. So we want profit now. Profit equal to total sales. Total sales minus total cost. Okay. Okay, so that gives us our profits. Okay, so we have our total sales, our total cost, and our profit. Okay, now let's look at formatting it. Suppose we want to format it. We want okay, first you notice that this, okay, you have decimal number, you have fixed number, you have whole number. So you could, once you click on this, you could use this to format. Okay, let's do you can do decimal numbers here. Could do here, could also format it. Let's pick decimal numbers for this. Then or better still, let's use fixed decimal spaces. So we have 2 decimal places here. Okay. Okay, let's on the profit, let's use fixed too. Okay, so now we have our total sales, we have our total cost, and we have our profit. So let's go do close and apply. Close and apply so we can bring it in. Changes new queries. Okay. Okay. So we're bringing it into Power BI now. Yeah. Okay, over here, you have this. Can somebody tell me what this is? Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, that's the report.
Okay, the first one
Yeah.
is a report. Yeah. What's this one?
Data,
Okay. And what's this?
relationship.
Okay. Okay, this is the modeling. Yeah. Okay. When you hover around it, it tells you, but okay, this was still coming up. Yeah. So can you see report view, the data view, and the model view? Yeah. Okay. So let's look at, and this is the data set. You have your sales. This is the sales data set. Yeah, and if you go to data, if you click on data, you see it as you have it in your Power BI desktop. Yeah. Okay. If you click on model here, the model view, it's just one table. So it's just one table. If there were like more tables, you could look at the relationships. Yeah. So this is just one table. We're looking at the sales table. Yeah, because this is the beginner's class. That's why we're using this data set. When you get to the intermediate class, we could look at more tables and you look at the modeling. Okay, now this is the report. Yeah, we want to
Frank, are you there? Frank, if you can hear me, we can't hear you.
I think she's dropped off.
Okay. Let's just give us some minutes. She'll be back. Okay, no, we can't hear you.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay, okay. This is my next.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, let me share my screen again. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay. What I like to do first is I like to bring in okay, where did you when did you stop hearing me?
You
Data
were trying
set.
to describe how to use the report
Sorry?
view, the data view. And the model view.
Okay, so you got up to this end. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I'd like to insert I want to bring in the logo. Yeah. So you click on insert. and you click on image. Then you look, okay, I saved the textile as image here. So I'm going to bring it in. Okay, and I'll just resize it this way. Okay. So then suppose you want the title of the report. You click on text box. Okay. And okay, I'm going to call the title Sales Analysis Report. Analysis report. Okay, this is too tiny, so I'm going to increase it. Okay, we'll make it, we could increase it to 20. Okay, even 30 or 40. Let's see 40. Okay, 40 is too big. Let's see. 36. Okay, so that's your sales report. Then if you want, you could put colors on it. Textile as colors is usually this color, purple. So we could have so you could format it anyhow you want. It's this is you could do your formatting. Pick any color you want. Okay, and could also make it bold, italics. So it's up to you. You can center it. Okay. Then suppose you want the total sales. Yeah. The management wants, like if you're doing your reports, you want to show the total sales. I'm going to use a card. So these are the visuals I talked about earlier. And this is card. Yeah. So I'm going to bring in that. Yeah. And here I want total sales. So I'll go to this. This is my total sales here. Bring it in. So total sales. And this is my total sales. Then 56.2. Then I also want to bring in my total cost. Total cost here is this here. Okay, so that's my total cost. Then we also have, we want the profit. I'll go back, bring in the card again. Profit. That's the profit here. Okay. That's the profit. So at a glance, the management can see the total sales, your total cost, and your profit. Yeah. And you can format this too. Suppose we want to format this. Yeah. Go to your format. Okay, these, once you hover around this, you see the different, you see what they are called. Like this is stack bar. This is your stack column chart. This is clustered bar. Yeah, this is clustered. So you hover around them. And over here, this is to add data to your visuals, and this is your format. Use this to format your visual. Add further analysis to your visual. So you hover around them to see what each one does. Okay, so this time we want to format this. So here, I'll pull this down. Okay. You could, suppose you want, okay, you could do your colors. You could do your colors if you want. And this is the color value. Okay, so I want, so if you go to general, you see here, suppose I want the title, want it on. Yeah, and I want this title to be on top. So I want to call it total sales. I'm going to increase the format, increase the font, increase the font, and make it 27, yeah. And you could choose the colors you want. I don't want to spend so much time on the formatting, but you can do all your formatting. This is where you do all that. I want this centered. Yeah. Suppose I want some effects on it. Yeah. Okay, I want to put the shadow on it, the visual border. So you could see, yeah, all that. Then this one. Okay, so if once you do it to this, yeah, once you do your formatting to one, you could just okay, what I'm going to do is you could use the format painter to just repeat it here. Okay, repeat it here so you don't waste time formatting each one. Yeah, so all you need to do is go back to this and just put the label on. Yeah, that's the title. This is total costs. Then you have here, you have a profit. Okay. Okay. Now, suppose you want a visual. Yeah, I'm going to use this visual. Yeah, this one. Suppose you want the profit by channel. That's you want to know what channels. Remember, we looked at the different channels. Yeah, we looked at the different channels. The online, that's the store. And you want to see what channels are doing very well. Yeah. So I'll pick up this visual and I'll do the channel. So we'll look for the profit by channel. This is profit here. Yeah. And look for the channel. This is the channel. Okay. So I'm going to focus it so you can see properly. So this is your profits by channel. Okay, here here I was using the sum of profit, but I'm going to use average so you can see a true picture. So once I pull down this, yeah, you could see you have the sum of the profit. You could have average, yeah. But to tell the right story, you use the average, yeah. So here you see that catalog is doing very well. Yeah, catalog doing very well. You even have the tooltip. Yeah, the tooltip test, that's this. Once I hover, tells you that the average profit is 3 million that, yeah, for catalog. Then for online is 2 million, followed by reseller. Seller is 2 million. That, and this is store. Store is 1.8 million. So you can see the story. You can see using this visual, tell you the story here. Okay. So what else would you like to know? You have your data set. So yeah, so you've seen the channels that are doing very well. That's the catalog. The catalog is doing better. Okay, suppose again, you want this, you can either change, you can change the visual. Suppose you want it as a pie chart. Yeah, that's your pie chart. And if you want it as donuts, this is what you have. Just click on the chart you want and it changes for you. Okay. So let's get another visual. Suppose you want the total sales by year. You want to see what sales, total sales. Okay, let's use this chart. Okay? This chart here. Total sales. Okay. Total sales. If you have any questions, just stop me to ask. Yeah, and the year Okay, once I collapse this, see the year. Okay, so I'm gonna focus on this. Okay, this is, I just want the year, I don't want months and all that. So let's do year. So in 2011, yeah, this is total sales by year. 2011, the total sales was very low. For 2012, they did very well. It went up, and the total sales went very high. Then came down again in 2013. You can see it was okay. It's always better to use the average sum. Okay, still in 2011, yeah, still low. Yeah, then 2012 it went higher. In 2013, 2014 okay, so this is 4 million. Yeah, 4.3 million. You see, yeah. So that means the business is progressing. Yeah. So from year 2011, as they're doing 2012, yeah, 2014, the business is getting better by the year. Yeah, which is good. Now, suppose you want, if you want it as a line chart, let's look at it as a, let's use the line chart. Yeah, you can see that. The trend, you can see the trend. Okay. It's going up. Yeah, so tells a story that they're doing well by the year. Yeah, but you don't want a situation where they'll go up and then they'll come down. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, that means the business is getting better by the year. Okay. Also, if you look at it as a pie chart, see that. Okay, by the year. Okay, I'm going to leave it there and let's look at another. Suppose you want by product, let's see the products that are doing very well. What product categories are doing very well? Because you want to order more of those products. You want to concentrate on the products that are doing well. So let's use this chart here for now. Okay, I want, you could do either, we could do total sales, then later we could do the profits. Total sales by products. Product category. Okay. So here, we're going to do the average sum. So here we can see that the TV and video, yeah, is selling more, followed by the cameras and camcorders, and the computers, cell phones, yeah. So, yeah. So with this, you can tell a story. You can tell that, you can say which of the products are doing better than the others. Okay. All right, so I'm going to leave this as a don't. Do we have any questions so far? Yeah. Very good. Any questions?
Oh, good evening, ma.
Hello, good evening. Yeah, go on. Yeah, good evening. Yeah.
Please, my question is in getting the data to Power BI. Sorry, I was not in class on last Saturday, so I don't know how to get data to Power BI aside from today. So I want to ask, is it that all the data that we are taking to Power BI must come from Excel? Or that means we have to document everything on Excel sheet, then copy it to Power BI. Is that what we are meant to do?
Okay, no. Okay, you can get data from different sources. Okay, like when you, I think it was was it the first or the second class you did that? But to get data, you can see that these are the common data sources. You can get data from several different sources. It could be Excel file, it could be Power BI data sets, data flows, Dataverse, SQL Server, text, CSV, web. You can get from online, the web. Yeah, and you even have more. Yeah, if I do more, it will also show you the different sources you could get data. So lots and lots of sources you can get data. Yeah.
Yes,
Have
ma'am.
I answered your question? Yeah. Yeah, you can get data
ma'am.
from different sources. Yeah, so you can see that it's opened up to even Oracle database. You know, you can see that here. If you look at, if you scroll down, you see the different sources. These are the different sources. SharePoint Online, yeah, Dynamics, yeah, ODBC. So these are the different sources. You can get data from several different sources. Yeah. Yeah, if you
Yes.
want to, yeah, if you want to look at the database sources, these are the database sources and the Power Platform sources and the Azure sources. Yeah, these are the online sources. Okay, have I answered your question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Any
Thank
other
you, ma'am.
question? You're welcome. Any other question? Okay. Let's look at. Okay, suppose let me go to the next page.
Franca, sorry.
Yeah.
Somebody is asking for the data set that you're using, where she can get it from.
The data set I'm using.
Yeah.
Where she can get it from.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I posted it on the platform. It's right there on platform on the Teams. Yeah. So if you check there, you'll see it. I posted it there, I think yesterday. Yeah. Right there. It's called the sales
Another
data
file.
set.
Yeah.
Pardon?
That is I think is in one of the files in the Teams.
Yes, yes. Yeah, they click on file and it's an Excel file. So it's right there on the, yeah, once you click on file, you'll see it. Okay. All right. So now let's look at, I'm going to the next page. This is page 1, yeah, of my reports. So if you want to go to the next page, just click this plus sign and it takes you to the next page. Okay, and what I want to do next, before I leave this, okay, suppose, okay, if you look at this is very interactive. Yeah, so if I click on this year, that's 2012, yeah, this figures changes. That's the total sales to reflect the year, the 2012 values. If I click on that, you notice it changes too. Yeah, so this is very interactive. Yeah, reflects the year I click on. Yeah. Okay. On page 2, I'd like to go to, suppose here, if we want the, okay, before we go on, do you have any questions before we go on to something else? Yeah. Okay.
Not for now.
Okay. All right. So under insert, you see the Q&A. Yeah, I'm going to do the Q&A now. And remember I mentioned that the Q&A is just English language. So once you just say total sales, yeah, total sales, it'll come up with the total sales for you. Yeah, if I want it by channel, come up. You can even say as pie charts. Even before I ask pie, it's pie charts. It comes up. So you can query it that way. You can just ask your questions. Yeah, and it comes up with if you want the visuals, you could always ask it. Okay. If I want profit by channel, suppose I want the profit by channel, just go back there, say profits by channel. It comes up that. So it tells you which channel is doing, well, you could even use this chart. So it tells you the story. So you could ask questions. Yeah, and also suppose you want the top 5 products by profits. That's the products that are selling, that are making the highest profits. Top 5 products by profits. Okay. You can see that this is making the highest profits. The Kenku projector making the highest profit here. Yeah. So you can query that way. Just ask your questions, and you come up with the visuals. If you want it as pie, it will give it to you. Pie chart, or with donuts, or any chart you want. Or as a table, even. Table. So it comes as a table there for you. That's your table chart. Okay. We could also check the average profit by city. Let's say which city is doing well. Yeah. Average. The average. average profits by city. Yeah, I want it as a map, city as map. Okay, so it comes out as a map. So you can see the map, you know, because it's Nigeria. Most of it is Nigeria. That's why you have it. Yeah. Okay. You could also say if we want it by the zones, because we have the zones, by zones. Zones as map. Okay. We have it. Okay, so let me leave this as city. City as map. Okay, so now do you have any questions before we go on? Okay. In the absence of any questions, let me just go back to okay. Let's look at how to configure and edit visuals. Okay. There are numerous formatting options available in Power BI reports. You can edit the color of data series, like we've seen how to color. Yeah, you can use different colors, and it's always advisable. You know, each company has a color code, like MTN. The color code is yellow. You know, you have the different codes for each company. Color code. So when you're reporting for a company, always check their color codes and please use their color codes. Yeah. So look at data points and even the background of visualization. You can change how the x-axis and y-axis are presented. You can even format the font properties of visualization, shapes and titles. Yeah, like we saw. And saw how to format all those edits. So Power BI provides you with full control over how your reports appear. So it depends on you how you want to format your reports. And also you can add a theme, adding a report theme. Okay, we're going to go through that also. So with Power BI desktop report themes, you can apply design changes to your entire report, such as using corporate colors, like I mentioned earlier, changing icon sets or applying new default visual formatting. Okay, when you apply a report theme, all visuals in your report use the colors and formatting from your selected theme as the default. Okay. So here, format and configure visualization. You control the look and feel of each visual. And you can format options differ depending on the type of visual selected. So we're going to look at applying filters and slicers. Suppose you want your report readers to be able to look at overall sales metrics, but also highlight performance for individual district managers at different time frames. You know, your slicers, the filters and slicers are similar, but we'll look at the differences. You could create separate report or comparative charts. You could also add filters in the filters pane, or you could use slicers Slicers are another way of filtering. They narrow the portion of the data set that is shown in the other parts, other reports, visualization. So reports, filters and slicers are very similar. With slicers, you have it on your report, you have it on the canvas. Yeah, but while you have the filters on the pane. So when to use a slicer, your slicers are a great choice when you want to display commonly used or important filters on the report canvas for easier access. You make it easier to see the current filtered states without having to open a drop-down list. That's about your slicer. Then filter by columns that are needed and hidden in the data table. Create more focused reports by putting slicers next to important visuals. Okay. Like I mentioned, your slicers stay on your canvas. So the main difference between a Power BI slicer and a filter is that a slicer is an on-canvas, like I mentioned, dynamic feature, whereas a filter, page level in this case, is a hidden static feature. Furthermore, a filter can refine an entire report, just a page or simply a visual on the canvas. But that's the difference. So how do you add filters to Power BI? So you select edits. Okay, we're going to go through that. Yeah. Then adding visualization to reports, like I mentioned. Okay. Basic interactions. Okay. So use interactions to change how visuals impact each other. Yeah, like I mentioned, when you hit the year, the other values change to reflect the year. And you use hierarchies to drill down for additional relevant content. Okay, we look at some hierarchies also in your. We'll look at that when we get to the intermediate class. Yeah. Let's go back to this and suppose, okay, so this is your filter pane. Yeah. And suppose I want to bring in, and this is your slicer here. Okay. Okay, suppose if I want to bring in my slicer here. Okay. Okay.
I had to mute everyone. Franca, please unmute yourself again because of the person who was speaking.
Okay, can you hear me now? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, so this is the slicer. Okay, and what I want on the slicer, I want to use the year. So I go to this. Okay, bring in the year. Okay, here you have okay, so you have the year from 2011 to 2024. Suppose I want yeah. So if you scroll up, if you scroll, you can scroll in and you could scroll out. and it will tell you the year. Okay, this is the filter pane also. Yeah, and if you look at this, you see the order dates here. Yeah, and filtered, you look at the filter type here. You have the advanced. If I pull this down, you also have the basic filtering. And okay, I also mentioned the top end. The top end here is, remember when we did the top 5? If you want the top 5 products that are selling high, you could do top 5 products that are selling high. You could do, let's look at this basic. Okay, now basic comes up with the different years. You have 2011, 2012 to 2014. Okay, if I click on this, yeah, suppose I want, okay, you notice that this, okay, the years, I want to select all, then see the different years. Okay. So this is your filter pane, and that's your, and this is your slicer. Yeah, you can either slice it, you can either filter on a page, or you can work on different pages also. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we looked at the map. We also looked at the different. Okay, if you have any questions so far, please let me. Any questions with what we've done so far? Is there any area you want us to go over? Yeah.
Hello,
Okay,
ma.
before I leave
Hello.
this, okay, 1 minute. Okay, let me, I'll take your question. Okay, I mentioned themes also. If you want to change the color of the theme, so you go to view, yeah, and I'm going to pick a color here. I'm going to use this. Suppose you want to change the color of this theme, the report here. So you could have this. This is where you change the theme of your report. Yeah. Okay, yes, somebody was going to ask a question. Please go ahead. Yeah, question.
Please, my question is, can we use this data set to analyze the key performance indicators?
Can you use it to analyze
and to do analysis key performance?
to analyze performance?
Because you mentioned key performance as one of the visuals. So I'm asking now that with this data set we have, can we do the key performance analysis, or for the key performance analysis, are we supposed to use a different kind of data?
Okay, you're asking if we can use these data sets for performance analysis. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It depends on what okay, like if you're talking about performance, it depends on what exactly you want. Because this, the visuals we are looking at also, we're looking at the performance. Yeah, remember here we said the profits, how is this channel? You know, look, we are looking at the different channels. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Let me, yeah. Here, we looked at average profit by channel. You're looking at how the different channels are performing. Yeah. Yeah. So the performance of here you can see that the channel, this channel, the catalog. Yeah, the performance is, the profit is higher. So it's performing better than the other channels. And this is followed by the online. Yeah, unless you have a different question apart from that. So this way you're looking at the performance also. Yeah. What exactly would you like to see? You can use this data to tell different stories. So it depends on what you want. Yeah.
Okay, ma.
Yeah. So if you're talking about performance, I mean, knowing the channel that is doing best, that is doing better than the others, is you want to see which channel, which you know, here you're saying the catalog. Then you want to do catalog more. Yeah. You want to do catalog more. Then if it's here average total sales by year, you want to know what year. Yeah, what year is doing, what year is okay, what year, what's the performance per year? Yeah, we saw that too. Yeah. And here you looked at the average total sales by product category. Which product category is doing the best? And we saw here that is the TV and the TV and video. Yeah. Have I answered your question?
Yes, ma.
Okay. And like I mentioned, you know, this is interactive. So, you know, when I clicked on this, when I clicked on channel, it showed me the values for the different, for this channel. That's catalog. Catalog is doing these values. Yeah. So any other question?
Hello, good evening.
Thank you, ma.
Sorry?
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good
Hello.
evening.
Okay, yeah, please, I have a question. With
Yeah, go
regards
ahead.
with regards to the data,
Yeah.
sorry, is it possible after this visualization and everything that on the worksheet, maybe it's worksheet 3 or something, you can actually impute or transport, is it transport the load, the complete, the transformed data or the cleaned up data on one of the worksheets? Is it possible? Because there's some organizations that want to see maybe the Excel breakdown or something with your reports. Is this something that will make sense for you? Like, for example, this page 3 now, you import the cleaned up or transformed data on the page 3. Is it possible to do that? Or it just has to be visualizations generally?
Okay,
And also,
you could. Yeah, go.
I'm sorry, I have a second
Yeah, go
question. I
on.
also want a bit more explanation on the differences between the filters and the sliders. I didn't quite get the difference.
You see what?
I said I want a little bit more of a little bit more explanation on the filters, on the differences between the filters and the sliders. I didn't quite get it.
Okay. Okay, here. Okay, if you want, you could have in a table form. Like I mentioned, you also have table. Yeah. So if you want your reports as a table, you could also have that. If that's what you're asking for. Like you could have you know, your channels and you have the profits in a table form. Is that what you wanted? Is that what you were asking for?
Yeah, partly. I just wanted to know if the Excel can be imported on these visuals. You can't, Abi. As in the data in Excel format cannot.
No, but why do you want the Excel? You already have it in, you already have the Excel sheet. All you're now telling is a story. So what exactly do you want to extract from that data set? You know, you should know like what the management will ask for. What exactly do they want to see? Yeah, that's what you don't want to import the whole Excel worksheets there. Yeah.
Okay, so it's better to use a table.
Yeah, if you want, yeah, you could have it on a table. You could have anything you want. You could list the profits, the totals, you know, anything you want as a table. Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
but not the whole, you don't want the whole Excel worksheet. Excel worksheet on your data sets. Yeah.
Okay.
You could have you could tell a story, you could you know, telling them a story, because management, you don't want to bug them with so many figures. Because what they really want to know is the profits, the total cost, the total sales. What is important to them, what they really want to know. Average total sales by product, which product is doing well. What's you know, they want to know your average total sales by year. Are we making profits? Yeah, are we doing well? How are we doing by the year? If this was going down, then they know there's a problem. So these are the things they want to know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What I'll do is okay, I have
Franca, 1 minute. Let me just come
yeah.
in on that question. Let me just get your question again. The last person that asked the question, are you saying when you are presenting to your management, if they also want to look at your Excel, like the data sets?
Exactly.
If that is your question.
Yeah, something like that. You might say, okay, fine, we've seen this. Can we see the breakdown of these, or how, you know, stuff like that? I don't know if you get the
so you remember, yeah, I think I get where you're coming from, but that's from another view now. So remember that when this is your Power BI desktop that you're working on, and at the end of the day, by the time you want to start sharing it with your management, you're going to be kind of publishing it online. Now, Power BI by default, whenever you publish your visuals, your data set also moves with it. So whoever that is gaining access to the visual, depending on the assets privilege you have given to the person, can also look at the data set that you have used to populate that visual. Does that answer your question?
Okay. Okay, so the person, whatever access I've given to the person can access the data set I used. Is that what you mean?
But that is when you have already published online.
Okay. I think
remember that your desktop is just for you. This is just you coming up with your report. But by the time you want to start showing your reports to maybe your management, to your stakeholders, to other people in your team, and you want them to view these reports, the only way you can do that is when you publish online. So from their laptops or from wherever they are, they can log in and see what you've been able to do.
Oh, okay,
and as you are publishing your visual online, the data set is also moving with it. I'm sure by the time I don't know the class that we're supposed to look at that, then you will see that in action.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Okay, yeah, because you have you'll be having, okay, remember in the previous class you looked at your Power BI desktop. You have Power BI desktop, you have Power BI mobile, and you have the Power BI service. That's when you publish online. Yeah, because you publish this on, but always you also have your Excel worksheet. You have your data sets. Yeah, you can always you always have your data sets all the time. Yeah, but this is really your reports, because you can have so many pages of your reports. Yeah, and you could when you have a dashboard later, you will learn how to do that. You could just have a one page of your dashboard. That's the important reports. So reports we will want to share with the stakeholders, and you can publish it online so everybody can see it from their system. Okay, and all right. Okay, I've posted a feedback form on the Teams, on the team charts, the meeting charts. So please fill out the feedback form. Yeah. Okay, any other questions before we call it a day? Yeah, can you, yeah. Please don't forget to fill the feedback form. Have we all seen that on the chart, the meeting chart? Yeah?
Yes, I can see the feedback form.
Oh, okay. So, any other questions? In the absence of any questions, if you have questions, sorry? This is a beginner's class. So, in the intermediate class, we'll delve into it more. Yeah, so if you have any questions, you could also put it on the Discord, a platform in Discord. Ask your questions there too. Okay. Please don't forget to